I wanted to make a note to myself. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to any of the dogs when I show a story of a dog, because I do respect them. And when they're going through emotional things, I respect that they're going through that. And the courage that it takes to go through the journeys that a lot of them do. But I just wanted to make a note to myself that with a dog like Luna, who's so present, because she is so present, anything that is done to her or that happens can imprint so deeply on her, because she is so aware of what's going on that she could be hurt very badly emotionally. So for example, when I open the door, she tries to stick her head through the door. Not every time, but a lot of the times. And I'm not going to do it right now because I'm holding the camera, but usually I might just maybe lightly close the door, and if their head gets in the way, I would do it lightly enough that it wouldn't hurt them, but it would be uncomfortable and they'd be like, ow. So then they would just not put their head in there. With her, I wouldn't do that, because things that are done around her imprint her so much. Whereas a really goofy guy, like if he was putting his foot, for instance, if he was putting his, sometimes the dogs creep up underneath my foot space, and I might just, like, if they're getting near the pedal or a place where I might put my foot, I might just put my foot down on their foot with pressure to the point that they move their foot and they're like, okay, when I put my foot up there, it might get stepped on. Now, and they just learn. But with her, she takes everything so personally that I would not do that, because I don't even really know exactly how to explain it, but the more absent-minded a dog is, the less you can hurt them, and the more present a dog is. And I mean hurt them on accident emotionally, just by, like, these are the kids that get hurt are like the empathic kids, who are very sensitive, who are very present. And somebody says something on accident, some kind of somewhat unconscious person just does some random thing, and it hurts that person very deeply, and the person who hurt them was not even aware that they hurt them, because that kid was so sensitive. And it's like that with her. She's so sensitive. And another dog like that is Mac. You see how they look at me? Now Tess is less sensitive. Jabari's less sensitive, and the reason is because Jabari has a very low attention span. He's ADD. I was like Jabari. I was not sensitive, and so I actually made it through the school system and all these people trying to control me without a lot of trauma, whereas a lot of kids don't make it through without getting traumatized, because a lot of people would try to hold me into, I was a lot like Jabari, they tried to push me into a box and make me this and that, and but I just didn't care, and that's like almost a survival mechanism, or like a coping mechanism, whether it's conscious or unconscious, or whether it's on accident, or whether it evolved. It helps them, kids and dogs. I don't have experience with kids, but I think it helps kids, but it lets him not be susceptible to trauma, whereas dogs that are very sensitive, like Mac and Luna, even though she's physically very dominant and has a big strong presence, mentally she's very sensitive, and those dogs can get hurt emotionally, and that can lead to all sorts of behaviors on top of that, whereas dogs like Jabari are much less likely to get hurt emotionally on accident, because he has such a low attention span, and Tess is less likely to because she's goofy. And but yeah, I just wanted to say that.